lesson. My name is Anjum, and today we are starting a new unit, which is Unit 12, Organization Behavior. Today lesson will go through LO1, which is our learning outcome 1, is about influence of cultures, politics, power, behaviors of others in an organization. So we'll discuss about behavior and how this affects and the culture of organization. Before starting this, we'll go through what we're supposed to be in this unit and how many learning outcome we. So in this unit, organization behavior, the aim of this unit is to develop the student understanding about the influence of culture. So we'll discuss about cultures, power, behavior of other organizations. Student will be in a position to apply organization behavior in the variety of a business situation. So different business situation, doesn't matter which industry you are, you can try it and you can apply, these theory, whatever we learn under this unit. So our successful completion of the unit, student will have understanding about awareness of the key influence on the behavior. So what key influence can be on the individual behavior, team, and the organization as a whole. So what think, the team and organization and the culture, how it matters, and why is it crucial to learn about the culture. And knowledge making immediate and the position contribution workplace, whether the role is a part of the team or the team leaders. So all this which will go through strongly appreciation of the working in a team and having more profound, perspective. So we'll go through different team building theories as well, and we'll look around the behavior. So we have 4 learning outcome which we're supposed to go through and we're supposed to be learned under this unit. And then we have inductive content, each learning outcome. These are the keyword buzzwords which we're supposed to be learning. So that's really we need to understand, and we'll go through. Next, lesson 2, we'll go through our LO2, which will be about motivational theories. Lesson 3 will go through cooperative effectiveness, organization effectiveness, organization teams, teamwork, groups, different group dimensions and dynamics, and they conflict, how we can conflict management, some areas, how we can try to be manage conflict at work. So the last our LO, which will be organization behavior given in the business situation. So different situations, we look around the different people, different perception, different ethics, and different contingency or different theories. So we have learning outcome 1. We have, there is a pass criteria. If you want to just work P1, so that's P1. Then you can work towards merit. So you have to be critically analyzed. So critically is not mean just one author or one definition. You need to apply it, and you need to look around what effect will be on the organization. Then critically evaluate. So you have to look around, evaluate what effect and what effect in terms of the performance. You need to look around organization culture, if they change it, or the CEO of the company, how they make difference in the organization. So that's all we'll go through in today lesson. So we'll start. Okay, let's please. Okay, can you see slide now? Yes. Okay, so please, you can rate yourself how much you know about organization behavior. What is meant by? Can you rate yourself? So what do you think? Your current knowledge about, is it between what, between 1 to 10? How you can rate yourself? Where you think how much you know about organization? The types of organization. Let's see. Yes, Umar, how much you know? And Ben, what do you think? Rate 1 to 10?
About a 7 for me.
7, okay. Yes, Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd start 7 too.
7 as well. Okay, well done. So you have a good understanding about. So first thing, we'll go through the culture. What's come in your mind? Culture. Culture means the norms, the value, the way organization run. So that's all about the culture. So different organizations have different cultures. So every organization have a systems. Every organization have a procedures. Every organization have a mission. Every organization have a values. Every organization have a corporate governance. Yes, we need to make sure the culture itself is represent the value of organizations as well. So if we are saying we treat people like to be treated, and we are claiming in our value. Actually, we're not doing it, so we contradict with our values. We saying, we provide the goods that can be convenient, that will be affordable to everyone. But actually, we are charging very high price. We're not affordable, so we are excluding. So maybe we can make the product in different packaging, in different quality. Like think about, Asda's own brand. Think about, they have other brand, they have a different values even in. So we need to be think about as an organization culture. So in every organization have own culture. If we merge organizations together, a couple of you maybe already know, in UK one store used to be called Subway. I think so Ben, maybe you know as well. Yes, Subway. It's not Subway which is there now. It's a Subway used to be supermarket, so which is to cover by the Morrison 500 store, but they only managed to convert 50 store according to their own layout, according to their own management style. So it costs them more than the 250 store approximately to cover. So they only that store they sold to the local investors. So we need to think about, because every organization, when you enter in the organization, you look around the system procedures, and you will find is a different culture. So then the culture of organization, type of culture can be different. So think about the culture, power culture. In some, it's not only the culture itself in our organization, because culture represents as a society. So every, the people think about, that's why we use the term, think globally, think globally and act locally. Always you think whole world is fine, but you have to act locally, because if you not meet or you not deliver the goods which suits to the local people and the local people wishes and desires, so we not, so in different culture we have a different elements. Even in our organization perspective, we need to look around the power culture is had by the small number of people in our organization. Small number of people make the decision. So even you need a rim of paper, you have to ask your boss, sitting in the central office, and need to authorize it. So that's the power culture. Why you not delegate the power to someone else can make the decision on the behalf of? Because ultimately, then it's a role culture, highly structured and defined role. So if your role is that maybe the bureaucratic and the lack of creativity in the culture, so that can be a role culture. Then we have one other culture called task culture, based on the team working within a group set up for a particular task. So task culture is you've been given the task into, then in a group you can decide, yes, can be respond quickly to the changing environment. So task culture is good, because if you rapidly the COVID-19 happen, what decision you have to make, because the local spread is virus is high, so you have to make the decision. So we giving that delegated, and the task culture is existing within our organization, so we can make the right decision. Personal culture is trained workers are given the freedom to share the knowledge and expertise. Do we have that culture? Is a personal culture. You can use personal preferences. You can design the office according to your wishes or the layout which you think better. So that can be personal culture. Entrepreneurial culture encourage risk taking and creativity. So we want to be people take risks. Think about which product you want to. You're a product manager. You can launch new product. You can buy new. You can sell it. Failure is often acceptable, and we can learn from it. So these are the different form of culture which is exist in the organization, and which is crucial for us to be understand what sort of, because if you want to apply a job, you have to be well understand, because some people say I would like to work in the multinational company. Why they want to be work in the multinational company or the big company? Because they have a culture, they have a system, they have a procedure. Okay, next we'll go through. Organization culture is expressed by one of author is Andy. He said about being the way we do the things around here. This means the sum of the total belief, knowledge, attitude, norms, and custom that prevail in organization. Organization, they can differentiate themselves. Behavior acceptable in one organization culture, maybe it can be inappropriate in other organization setting. So think about the different cultures in the different accounting firms. Yes, they using maybe different software, they have a different practices, they have a different procedure, they have a different layout, they have a different working ethics, they have a different salaries, a different flexible working hours, or different shifts. So culture develops over time and can be changed instantly as a result of the single major events. Death of the company founder. If the company founders died, threatened. Anybody have a Nokia? Do you have a still Nokia? Are you using Nokia? What do you think, man? You have a Nokia still?
Not
Do- You don't use Nokia anymore.
No. Like, yeah.
Not anymore. What do you think? What's happened with Nokia? Why not Nokia anymore?
they fail to advance into more advanced technology.
So other phones, they have a more advanced technology, but Nokia used to be a leader in the market, yes? So think about one of the new CEO of Nokia. He decided to be close lot of R&D center, research and development center in the world to save the cost. And his thought was this is a total waste of money, research and development. Ultimately, what's happened? Nokia not managed to launch a new mobile phone with a good, because the company, of course, Apple is a new, Samsung is compared to the Nokia, and the phone industry is new. So we need to think about why other organization is due to the new CEO make the decision, and ultimately Nokia stay a miles behind than other. So we need to think about why, because due to the ones, yes, it can be. So organization culture components, norms, symbol, shared values, size, technology, diversity, age, history, ownership. Diversity is very important. Different ideas from different people work. Yes. So then is we have a various authors those wrote about the culture. So we'll go through all these three. Okay. Then we have norms. Set of norms are behavior, symbol. Think about the different color scheme in different part of the world. If the lady is wearing the white color in India is a sign of sadness. If the white sari wearing in the white clothes wearing in Japan is a happiness. So it's the two different. So if you want to be deal with it, you have not understand the culture, and the culture represent the behavior of individuals as well. So we need to be treat people like to be and think globally but act locally. That's why it's crucial. Symbols and the symbolic actions, because different, different gesture, different slogan is different culture have a different meanings. So organization culture a set of shared value and belief. So we should shared value. So no norms guide the people behavior. So just what is appropriate done. Formal dress code, symbol of symbolic action, all these, we need to be make sure we good understand these as an organization as well. Okay, so factors that shape the culture in a six. Influence of the culture, the size. So you need to think about the size of organization, how big the organization. Technology can change the culture. We used to be meet people, now we work remotely, yes, by using Zoom or various other technology. Yes, diversity. We need to think about people from different backgrounds. Just think about Emirates Airlines, especially the people from more than 50 nationalities. Yes, quite diverse. Age. Think about the young is 18 years, 16-year-old, and around 60 plus as well. Think about the history of organization, how old this company is. Yes, how many years? Ownership is owned by the sole trader, 1%, or institution stakeholders, or the many shareholders. Organization influence the culture, degree of individual initiatives, yes, encouraging the decision making upward communication. Risk tolerance, yes, they are manager is a risk taker or risk averse. So we need to look around the clarity, directions, reward systems within the organization. You're giving bonus, you're giving shares at the end. That's also represent the culture. Conflict tolerance. Yes, so we need to look around how much we can bear it. Communication patterns, formalization. Yes, and the people. All we need to be think about because these are represent our culture. Then the guy Chin, he argued that the first leader of the company create the culture of an organization. Who set up the company can create the culture, can leave the legacy behind, because we need to think about attribute, and the leaders are determined by the culture. You can't hear. Okay. Omar, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin, I think so. Check please mic on your end. Okay, let's please. So next he further argued we need artifacts. They are the aspect of the culture can be easily seen and the way the people dress. So we need to look around the dress codes, supposed value, the strategy, the goal of organization. We need to be make sure the slogan, whatever we use. So lot of slogan like uh, different slogan in different believe in better. For suppose we have the company called Sky News, you couple of heard about as the believe in better. So they have a slogan that also represent the culture. So basic exemptions and values you have to set. So according to this authors we need to look around. Yes, color schemes, people dress codes. Yes, we need to look around the strategies. We need to look around the exemptions and the values. Yes, in our organization, all this represent the culture. Okay, that's we done. Okay, next, Handy, he gave this for culture which we discussed, earlier. The reputation. Then Ofsted, he also mentioned the cultural dimension, and Ofsted said, he conducted research nations between 100,000 of IBM employed different part of the world. So they have people from our 100,000 IBM employees, international business machine, used to be, they are very high tech. So influence the business behavior. He found the 5 traits: individualism versus collective. So some culture is very individualism. So look to extend the people are integrated into groups. Some culture are more cohesive than other. Anglo-Saxon cultures, we need to look around the generally more individual and collective cultures of South America. So uncertainty and avoidance index. Uncertainty avoidance index deal with the society tolerance. Yes, how they can bear it. So France and Japan use the bureaucracy, reduce uncertainty because of dislike it. Power culture. So power culture index, member of the organization or the institution or the family accept the power to be distributed unequally. So different, in society unequally. Different power tolerate more than in the North European cultures. Masculinity, and so we need to look around the culture one where the distinction between the roles and the value of genders. So like so like it's a lot of discussion going around gender pay gaps. Yes, power, success is culture where the feminine culture is more Finland. Different between the gender roles is the better smaller. So long-term orientation based on the we need to be look around the value associated long-term orientation like in China. Anybody, any question here on these? These are the different culture in different society that also represent, with these companies where it came from, where they had office. So also represent the culture as well. Okay, Omar, Ben, any question?
Nothing as such.
Okay, then organization learning theory states in order to compete in the changing world, organization must need to be learn about the change. Of course, if the culturally change happens, your organization need to be changed. You have to learn, but don't compromise your values of the organizations. You have to treat the people like to be treated. You the values you already set it, yes, not compromise on the quality, because of course things carry on changing, but still you need to be changed according to, but we have to develop through learning the organization, set the standpoint, practical tools. So always we improve the organization and gain the competitive advantage. So we need to carry on learning in our organization that help. So performance measurement we need to think about, we need to learn about financial, non-financial balance scorecard. Balance scorecard further we'll go through as well. We need to look around the financial perspective, people perspective, organization perspective, training and development perspective. So these can be balance score. You have to keep the balance. Like not, R&D, you close it, you cut the cost, but what will be happen? If you reduce it, yes, what will be happen? It can be effect, of your business as well. You don't want to be offer the after sales service because you think it's a costly, but what will be happen after sales? If you don't offer it, people will move. Benchmark industries, averages, benchmark. Okay, then next we're looking what are the critical success factors you have to look around. Competitiveness, how competitive you are, resource utilization, how effectively you utilize the resources, quality service, customer satisfaction. These are the critical success factors in any organization. You compare with KPI, key performance indicator in the areas. That's like, the competitiveness, you look the sale growth by product. How competitive, how your other organization competitors are doing. Okay, then organization can be changed, it can be structurally changed, lack of the bad leadership. That's why in the past, we need to look around cultural issue, lack of preparation of the new roles. That's why we need to be changed. So there are the different model of change. So we can look around the incremental change, adaptation, realignment of your organization, transformation, so evaluation. So big bang theory, you do everything to change quick or in spot, happen things. So what make change need to be considered? What is the time available? What scope of the change? Do we have a change? Is it change really bring any performance, or you just want to be change the logo and the color scheme within organization? You need to be make sure. These are all the theory about the change. Of course, we're not going through all, but we'll carry on learning these in following lessons as well. So great man theory, trade theories, in those behaviorist theories, situational leadership, contingency, whatever is second plan theory, transactional theories and transformational theory. Or you learn about maybe transactional leader and transformational leader. So different leadership style can be participation, sin or interventions. So we need to look around next middle managers and other stakeholders that also play the significant role and their expectation. So communicate the strategy of organization when you want to be changed in our organization. So we need to be make sure strategy is in the action plan. This word is derived from the word strategist, which we used to be used in the military. So we need to be make sure we have. Then the communicate the strategy of change. You need to be make sure unfreeze. This is three: unfreeze, change, and refreeze. So ensure that the employees are ready for the change. It's not, think about, in the UK, the government start, the banning the smoking. So what they said first, the place they stopped the smoking at the word ban on the tally. After this, they move to the next, the stage. You can't smoke public places such as in train, in buses, in aeroplanes. Then they move to the you can't smoke even within your house in front of the kids. So is you will see there unfreeze it, yes. So you need to be ready. You need to be make sure ready them, because otherwise people can be collapsed and there can be create, execute intended change. You have to be look around you intended execute. It's difficult. You need to be prepared the nation for it. Ensure that the change become permanent. It's not just for the time being. You change the chair, but you need to be think about what performance will be. Then we have the Levin's model. This is unfreeze, change, and refreeze. Then the Cotter, he gave 8 stages of change. Climate of change, engage, enable, and implement. So these are the stages given by the Cotter, and I can show you. Hope so you can see the slide. It's quite slightly dim. So you need to look around increase of urgency. We need to build the guiding team, get the vision right, communicate for buy-in, enable action, create short-term win, and don't let up and make stick. So that's all we need to be make sure, and the change can be happen. Okay, next. Of course, communication, tangible, intangible. You have to look around. Tangible, the strategy, people can see it. Physical substance. Intangible, goodwill, values, slogans. Yes. Horsberg is also gave the motivational theory, which is called what are the motivator factor and what are the demotivator factor for the change. Away from thinking towards thinking. So you don't have to, you can use these approaches. I want to avoid the people being made redundant. I want to secure people's job and livelihood. So we need to be make sure that you will see this today, yes, and future. So it's different approaches for the change. That's why we want to be changed. Okay, launching the strategy, what will be communicate? You need to be follow up and the commitment. Change strategy always need to be communicate. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? Why this we are doing all about? How we'll get there? Why will be different? Yes, why we need to be different. Middle managers and the change agent in the organization can play the key role in the change process. Anybody any question? Ben and Omer, any question?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. Next, we look in the leadership skills. So if you don't have a skill, can you make a change? No, you need to be a skilled manager turning into the environment and prevailing organization wisdom, learning prospecting, make everyone a hero, transfer the ownership to the work team, and building coalitions. Yes, not just, separate them, divide them. You should work. Then we have a power. So individual are those involved, they have a power. Different sort of power. Some power is come from the legitimate power. The position give them power. Like you're a CEO, you have a power to make the decision. Reward power. Some people have your manager, you have ability to give them bonus or not. That's the reward powers. Shouldn't power, some people have a power to give them punishment. If you're late, we can what we can do, we'll cut 1 hour salary. Thus, you've been given a delegated power. You can give the punishment to the people. Those have a certain behavior. So we need to be look around the culture in the organization. Expert power. The people have expertise in technical knowledge that come. So referent power. The personal power where the individual has the virtue of personal or interpersonal skill. Some people have interpersonal skill. They can understand the people very quickly. So according to the Hersey and Blanchard in 1971, they gave all these power, and we need to be crucially understand them because that's also represent the culture of organization. Then we have an organization structure, also represent the culture of organization. Organization structure where clear role and responsibility. We need to look around who is accountable for what, chain of command, who's responsible. We need to look around the factor size of the business. We need to look around the types of the business. We need to look around the leadership style, competitive environment. So all these factors we need to be look around. Anybody any question here? Okay, internal organization. Internal organization, we need to look around the internal environment. We need to look around the functional area we call the departments. These are also known as a functional area, finance, human resource. These are normally department in our organization. We need to look around the organization chart, hierarchy, who's responsible. So you look around the organization charts. Yes, we can delegate all. Our board of director can keep everything to one. Yes, we have a different director, different clerk, different, yes. So that's, the delegating. Span of control, chain of command. We can tall organization where are the many layers and the small span of control. Yes. So high level of control appropriate for unskilled, more opportunity for promotion, poor communication can be passed through. The flat organization, few layers, largest span, and low level control, suitable skills and experience motivated staff. Delayering is mean you make few layer or give more layers. Metric organization, such as in the project organization, your managers and the role will stay, the project carry on finishing, you have a new project manager, then other will share. That's called metric organization. So we have advantages. Staff from the all department can work together, yes, because you have HR, you have a finance, they are working on the project. Drawback is split the loyalty. Maybe you like agency staff, they don't have a loyalty with the as a metric organization because different project. And centralization, everything you do center and make the decision at the head office and not delegate. So that is also difficulty as well. Central, some advantage because the centralized decision can be made quicker. If it can be less costly. Decentralized, you delegate, you more democratic start off, yes. But how much decentralized you need to think about, yes. And we need a control. Flexible working hours, we need to make sure we can change structure according to the flexible. That's also help, So that's all today lesson. We discuss about cultural model, handy, hot state session. So these are the key 3 models. We discuss about organization structures. We discuss about the types of power, and I left you in the quiz for you. This is all about the organization structure and the culture. So which you can copy and do it before next lesson. Anybody, any question before we finish?
Yes, just one question.
Yes.
When are we supposed to start the assignment? The assignment is available on Moodle. I would like to know when we are supposed to start it.
Is it available on Moodle?
Yeah, it was about the NHS, I believe.
Yes, I said it. It should be now. If he not uploaded, I'll ask him.
It is uploaded. Should we start the assignment right now?
Yes, you can start assignment right now. That's not an issue. Yes.
But the issue is it's before the assignment discussion, isn't it? Assignment discussion is on November 2nd.
Yes, assignment discussion normally we'll do after the finish. But if you want to do it, yes, side by side you can, task by task. And then we can do this assignment discussion. And if anything need to amend it, you can amend it. And then, of course, you can submit it immediately if you want to.
That is, I will not be crossing any deadlines, right? If I keep it after the assignment discussion?
No, that's fine. You're not crossing, yes, because absolutely fine because we give the 2 weeks after finishing.
Okay.
So whatever way, some people think, they carry on starting and carry on doing bit and bit. And then you can, and when we'll do the discussion, you can look around, yes, you're on the right track or not, yes. Or something, if you need to add it, amend it, you can.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Both ways, work, no problem. Okay, those will keep all, up to here. If you have any question, please drop me email. And today lesson we learn about the basics, about the cultures, about organization structure, types of powers, system in our organizations, and the chain models. So that's all today, and I hope so speak you during next lesson and when we'll go through our LO2 learning outcome 2. And have a nice time and hope so speak you all during our next lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.